Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Hull Fair 2025 pull on and build vlog in this series of videos. This will be the 7th consecutive day that I've been to this site. Yesterday was a huge day for changes. It was very dramatic from the previous day. So let's go and see if there's another dramatic change with just 3 days to go until Hull Fair opening day. Okay, so here we are back at Walton Street, site of Hull Fair 2025. I will go back into the fair at the same point we've been doing so for the previous videos. And I will just point out as well, you can see the funhouse, the Bavarian funhouse across the road there in the car park, in the Walton Club car park. That all does transform into part of the fair in just 3 days time. With the ghost train, there was a couple of juvenile rides in there. There's usually a Tagada in there as well. And then there's the Bavarian funhouse. So let's see. I think today is the last day of pull on. From tomorrow morning, 6 AM, Walton Street that we're on now will be closed at both ends. So from 6 AM, there's no access to this road at all. So I think everything that is coming onto site will be on site by 6 AM tomorrow, and then it's just the build. So we'll have a look around now and see just what's on site. While we're walking down there, we'll just say a big hello and a big shout out to Adrian from Glasgow. Glad you like the videos, buddy. And if you did come down to Hull, because you would be travelling south to Hull Fair, it'd take about 5 hours, so I'm not sure if you'll be making that drive to Hull. But if you're not, then you can come with me and I will show you everything you need to see from opening day. Okay, so I think we're going to have a good walk around today and see everything that's here. And I did notice there's a high roller there, look. That's not what I noticed, but there is a high roller there. A limbo dancer. I don't think that's usually there. But I have noticed that there's 2 reverse bungees. And I can't actually remember a time when there's been 2 reverse bungees at Hull Fair. There's always this one, always at this end, but I did notice there's one at the other end as well, which we will check out on the way round. And we saw these yesterday, the turbojet and the high voltage atmosphere. I think it's just called the atmosphere. But atmosphere's arrived. Woo! That's always a classic, that's always here. Vertical limit's up now. That was folded over yesterday. So that's complete. I think that is the one that we did. Me and Maisie did that one last year, the vertical limit. It's very, very busy. There's a lot of people about, a lot of cars. There's a lot of activity this evening. As I say, it is the 7th of October, Tuesday the 7th, and it's about 5 PM, 3 days until opening day. 71 hours to be precise until opening of Hull Fair 2025. I will try and focus on just what is new, what we've not already looked at, or what has dramatically changed. Anything that's pretty much the same, like the crazy frog there, then the king frog hasn't changed since yesterday, so I won't focus too much attention on anything that looks the same as it did in yesterday's vlog, just because I'd be here for all day. The atmosphere crate is looking awesome, of course. That is, for me, that is the best waltzer at Hull Fair. It's just everything about it. It's like a really good waltzer anyway, but then it's the light and sound package that goes with it. It's just so good. So that looks pretty much done, look. I did want to come a little bit later on in the day today, just so it gives more opportunity for things to have arrived. And I was hoping that I'd catch a few things with lights on and things as well, with it becoming dusk imminently. So crash test is behind there, but we did look at that yesterday. We've got the Disco Fever. Is that Roger Tubby? Disco Fever there. That's a classic, that is like a staple. It's like a symbol of Hull Fair for me, that Jumbo Circus Funhouse, especially when it's all lit up at night time. There's the other Bavarian Funhouse there that we saw yesterday as well. Tagady. The other reverse bungee is down there. I'll show you it as we get round. But that's the ghost train looking good, look, getting all set up. There's no track on it, there's no trains on it yet, but the shell of it is up. I can smell a real strong smell of petrol, a real strong smell of fumes. The dodgems all set up, all lined up nicely. We will spend a little bit more time in the centre of the fair as well, because I think that's where the biggest changes are going to be. As I think a lot of these have arrived today. The smaller ones, the smaller attractions. That's usually where the toilets are, the public toilets are there, look. Right next to the ghost train. There's a limbo dance. I think this was here yesterday. It's just not been set up yet, but that was the same location as it was yesterday, that limbo dancer. And then you've got a little juvenile jumping jack there. And a twister. Yeah, I'm quite surprised there's another reverse bungee there. Giving the Super Bowl a wash look. And we're going to go take a look at that Big Ben Tower. 262 feet of Big Ben Tower. We saw it yesterday, but it was at no way near as high as that when we was there yesterday. So they've obviously added a lot more to it. But that, as you're coming into Hull Fair, that is the thing that stands out the most. You can see that a mile off the Big Ben Tower. So it sort of creates a brand new sort of skyline for Hull Fair. I'm going to squeeze in between these two trailers just because there's a lot of activity going on. I don't want to get in the way. There's the North Pole Funhouse, and that's the ice jet. So the ice jet is setting up. There was some talk as to whether it was actually coming to Hull or not this year, but it is, because it's here. It's there. So we'll head back round. We'll try and do the same route as what we have been doing. I do like that funhouse, from it externally anyway. £4 per person it says. They've got the prices up on it, but I like the fact that they have the fake snow as well. And there's the Psycho. There's a simulator being set up right now. Simulator coming in. You don't see many of these actually. I can't actually recall seeing a simulator at Hull Fair. Maybe there was one, but I've just never really paid much attention to it, but it's cool to see. Just going past Psycho there, and what's being set up here. Is this the log flume? Is this like the water ride? Let's have a little nosy. I did enjoy seeing the Dante's air being taken off the trailer yesterday. It's just quite fascinating to watch it being done. So this, I think, is the log flume. Is it the log flume, or is it a... Oh no, I think it might be like a spinning mouse type ride. I get confused because I think in previous years this is exactly where the log flume has been when they've had it. But I think this is the spinning... Is it a spinning mouse by Crow? Some testing going on, look. It's exciting. It is so looking like Hull Fair now. This is like It's getting here. It's Hull Fair time in 3 days. Although you could be mistaken into thinking Hull Fair has started now. If you could just see somebody on one of those spinning round. Yeah, that's the Spinny Mouse coaster. A little bit like Crash Test. You can see the huge tower of Big Ben Tower. Look how high that goes. As I say, 262 feet up. And we saw on a previous video, you saw the clock face at the top of the clock tower on the back of the truck, and look how big it looked on that, and look how tiny it looks because it's that far up now. Just want to see a bit of this track lifted. Still testing that. They're spinning the Psycho around as well, manually by the looks of it. Yeah, 3 days. In exactly 72 hours from now, this will be packed full of people and the fair will be over an hour into opening. In just 3 days' time, 72 hours. These guys have got a long 3 days if they're going to get this built in time, which they will. I think there's only been a couple of occasions that I've seen in the past where rides have not actually been ready for opening night, and that's probably due to faults or issues, not just sort of not doing it in time. They're very organised, they know exactly what they're doing. I think there's just been a couple of occasions where things have not been ready because they've not actually passed the safety checks and things in time. They've got like 5 pieces of track there, look, going up in one go. I wouldn't stand under it. If I was that guy, I wouldn't stand under that just in case the chains fail. But I'm just cautious. I've seen too many Final Destination films to stand under anything like that. So cool to see. I can see a drone in the sky up there as well, getting some aerial footage of this build. Being lowered now. These must be the lower level pieces of track. There we go. Well, let's see what else we can see. Techno power. So that was the booster that was testing a second ago. And that's been set up right next to the top spin. The top spin's looking good now. Oh yeah, they're putting the carriages on the spinning mouse. Well, they've got a couple on the track there, look. Loads of activity about. All you can hear is things being hammered in and motors moving and chains smacking things and things. So that's the Booster Max. Looking all good. Let's go take a closer look at the Big Ben Tower. That is just insane. If you're coming into Hull, that's probably the first thing you'll see. If you're coming in over the Humber Bridge, you look over slightly to your right as you're coming into Hull over the Humber Bridge, and you'll probably see the top of the Big Ben Tower before you even enter Hull, whilst you're still in Barton. But look at that. That's crazy. I might do that. Depends if you guys. That's the Big Apple there. I think is that the Big Apple? New York. Sorry, that's the New York. But yeah, if you guys choose for me to go on the Big Ben Tower as one of the 5 rides that you get to comment, that, as I say, the top 5 rides that get commented on from opening night video. In the comment box of that video, I will collate that and I will do those top 5 most mentioned rides. I will do those on my next visit a few days after, and I'll take the GoPro on and take you with me. So if there's anything specific that you're seeing as we're walking around now that you do want to see me go on, you want to see in action from on the ride itself, then comment on that opening day video. As I say, that from on opening day, I will do a full walk around and see everything that's here anyway, and you'll get to see it in full working order with lights and sounds and probably with people on it. So then you'll get to choose what you want me to go on. And there's the Matrix. There's Toxic. It's actually moving now. This is what I was saying yesterday. When Air there and Toxic there are both going at the same time, they're literally like so close together in the middle there. And if you hold your camera up there, you snap a picture when it's dark and they're both lit up and they're going up together. And they almost meet by literally a couple of meters. Oh, it looks like it. That's such a good picture. But that's Toxic testing. The Matrix has just turned all the lights on as well now. It's the Ice Maze Fun House. Still got the sign up saying World Fun Fair Month, September, which is October now, but you can still celebrate, should you wish. Somebody did say that was £10 down in Oxford when Dante's Air was down there, so we'll have to see if that's going to be the same price up here. We are a little bit tighter up north, so they might take that into consideration when pricing these rides. They might put it at 8 because we are northern, and northerners don't tend to part with the money quite so easy we'll argue about it and we'll whinge about it. But yeah, Matrix looks good with all the sprinkly, all the like sparkly lights, twinkles, all the little prize stalls taking shape now. Look, now, this is the other reverse bungee, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I can never remember, certainly not being a reverse bungee at this end of the fair, it's definitely not at this end, but I can never remember there being two. I'm pretty sure I've only ever seen one. There was a couple of years that I didn't actually make it to the fair. I've been coming, I think every year I've been coming since about 2007, but there was a couple of years that I wasn't able to make it because I was in the States for the period of Hull Fair. So there may have been an occasion on that time when there was two reverse bungees at Hull Fair, but as I say, I can't actually remember there being two on any of the times I've attended. You can see it's like a little section of prize stalls all the way down here, all the way down. There's literally about 20, all different games. They're not always all different prizes. Sometimes the prizes are quite similar going down onto different stalls, but you can play all different games. You see what I mean? What I said the other day. The later it gets, you see less car park. It doesn't actually feel so much as a car park anymore. It feels like a fair, because it is a fair. So all these have been set up today then, because yesterday when I was here doing this video, none of these prize stalls were set up like this. It was quite a bit open, bit of open space down here, so these have all come on today. I think all the littler trailers do get asked to come on today and tonight, and then obviously Walton Street will be filled with food vendors from tomorrow onwards. So tomorrow's update, I won't be able to park on Walton Street just out there. I will have to park a little bit further away and walk into the fair, but I don't mind that. Shaw's Fighter is over there. That was a really good ride last year. I think it was last year me and Maisie did it, and it was really good. There was such a good, we'll go take a look at it, such a good cycle on it as well. It was like really intense. There was a lot of power on it. You could feel the G's. And there is a POV of that on the channel from last year. I'm looking for Matthew's Skyfall. Have I completely missed it and walked past it? Apparently it was coming on yesterday. It was being pulled on yesterday as I started the video. That was the ride that was coming on at the beginning of yesterday's video. But I can't quite see where it is here. But that is Shaw's Fighter being set up. And as I say, that's a really good ride. If you want to check out that before the fair opens, then check out some Hull Fair videos on our channel from last year and you'll see the full POV of that. It's so busy compared to yesterday and other days. There's just so many people about, so many cars about and trucks unloading, and you know, such a tight squeeze for some of these trucks trying to get through. Seastorm's looking good with the lights. You got Crazy Circus. I will have to keep talking because we're going to get copyrighted over the music. That is something you've got to be wary of when walking around Hull Fair and they're playing all this loud music. I remember from previous years I've had to sort of cut and chop things out and keep talking just so you don't hear too much of the music. I don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah, there's a crazy circus funhouse. Is that the one with the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube cloud at the beginning, at the front of the ride? Remember last year there was one, I think it was last year or the year before, with the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube cloud. And this is another Super Bob. Cool runnings. And the Jungle Funhouse. Is the Jungle Funhouse usually here? I think there is, usually. In the Jungle Funhouse, usually at the back end there, near the ghost train and where the Jumbo Circus Funhouse is, I think. They've got Super Bob here as well. Have they got like the old Gravitron style ride? There's usually a ride and it's usually here, like the old Gravitron. I don't know how to explain it other than it sort of spins around. It's like a real classic vintage ride that you stand up inside against the wall and then it spins around, and as it spins you stick against the wall and you get pulled up. The gravity of you spinning round, like the force of you spinning round, pulls you up. And it's usually one of the rides where, one of the very few rides where they actually charge you to spectate. It's usually about £1.50 I think, or £1 to watch, and then like £3 or £4 to have a go. And I'm sure that is usually here. So it's looking like it is a bit of a different layout. If it is here, it might not actually be here this year. I haven't seen Outer Limits as well. Outer Limits is usually down there, and that's been coming to the fair for like 70 years. And that's usually near the ghost train there. You've got Happy Caterpillar. And then the inflatable there as well, the inflatable slide. Oh, Gravity, this is it. Oh, is this it? Is this a new version of it? Yeah. Oh no, that's new. That's exactly the same style of ride that I was just talking about, but it's not the actual ride. That looks like a much more newer, modern version. And it says there, look, what the ride does. It says stand inside against the wall, then the ride spins around. When maximum speed is reached, the floor will drop from underneath you, leaving you stuck to the wall by G-force. This ride is suitable for adults and children. Well, that looks cool. It looks like a good version. Like aesthetically anyway, it looks all modern and fresh and clean. The other one that I was talking about was really, really old. But that's cool, that'll be interesting, that's an interesting one. That's got to be brand new, that. It looks brand new. And there's some waltzers with the music playing as well, testing the sound system. I think here, that is usually where the Outer Limits is. And it has to be here this year, really. There's no way we can have a whole fair without the Outer Limits, surely not. Please no. As I say, somebody did comment and said they remember going on the Outer Limits at Hull Fair in like the 70s when they was a kid. So it's definitely been coming for over 50 years. Hello.
I see you on YouTube before.
Have you? Yeah. What, Hull Fair videos? Yeah?
I see you on one of Hull Fair videos.
Oh, cool.
I've seen you.
Nice.
One of Hull Fair videos.
Yeah?
I'm watching you.
I've done loads. I've put quite a lot up. I've been coming every day since they started building it.
I was watching your videos.
Yeah? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was watching your videos.
Awesome. It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to be here for opening day?
Yeah.
Yeah? Friday? When it opens on Friday, yeah? Yeah? Yeah. I'll be here every day. Been here for the last 7 days, and then I'll be here again on Friday when it opens. Then on Saturday, but then I'm leaving the country, so I won't be here after Saturday till the Wednesday anyway.
Yeah.
But it's looking good. There's loads of good rides, isn't there? Yeah.
See you.
Cool. See you later, mate. I was just talking to a nice young chap there. I didn't want to get him on camera because he's only young, so that funhouse just is so cool. Right, so I'm going to go down here. We'll head further into the centre of the fair as well and see what new things there is. But am I being blind and not seeing Matthew's Skyfall anywhere? I'm not sure. We'll head back in.
Hello.
And we'll see. Hello, you alright?
I've subscribed to you.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course. There you go.
YouTube subscribe.
Yeah, thank you. There's a few young kids. He asked to be on the video, that young lad, so I recorded him because he asked to be. But he said he's a subscriber and he wanted a picture, bless him. It's always quite humbling when that happens. It doesn't happen very often, but it's humbling when somebody actually recognises you from the videos. It's cool. So Exciter's actually up now, look. But yeah, where is Matthew's Skyfall? Why can I not actually see it? Am I going to have to wait till tomorrow to see it? Oh, it's over there, look, so this is it. So I guess this is where it's going. I was looking for it around the edge. I thought it might have actually been started to be put up by now, but I'm guessing not. I'm guessing this is the patch where it's going to be. There it is, look. Here it is. So it's going to be, well, I assume it's going to be in this area because they've parked up here, so that's what I went on at the Hoppings. Here we go, Matthew's Skyfall. Come with me tomorrow to check out tomorrow's update to see if it's actually been started and see how high up that actually is this time tomorrow on tomorrow's update. As I say, there's 3 more days to go. Today, Tuesday, there'll be an update video Wednesday, Thursday, and then opening day Friday, where there'll be no building then, hopefully. There shouldn't be any building then. Everything should be up and running and ready to go. And we'll be doing a full tour around, seeing everything in action, getting all the sights, the sounds, and the full atmosphere of Hull Fair on opening night. I've not decided yet. I will be here for opening, but it opens at 4, and I don't think I'll be staying until close, which is like 11 o'clock. But I may go home, upload the video from the tour, from the walk around for opening at 4, and then I may pop back after dark just to see it completely in the dark and do another sort of smaller, shorter video just walking around it in the dark and seeing all the lights in full glory. But that is it. There is a little bit more on the subsidiary sort of areas of the fair, which I talked about a bit yesterday, like the little car parks and little divots in and things where they do put some attractions. So I could just show you that before we end the video. So it's going to look really good. Like the Skyline of Hull Fair is going to be very different this year for a number of reasons. Number one reason being that there is only one big wheel, the giant wheel. In previous years we've had up to 3 or 4. I think last year there was 3 big wheels. This year there's just the one giant wheel. But the Skyline is also going to look very different because there's 2 reverse bungees. There's the Big Ben Tower, which is ridiculous. And then there's Matthew's Skyfall, which is equally as ridiculous, but they will both be seen from miles away. And for the first time in Hull Fair history, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to look very different because I don't think we've ever had 2 stupendously tall structures like that and just one giant wheel. So it'll make for a different type of photo if you're going to get a Skyline photo of Hull Fair. So we're going to head down now, back out onto Walton Street. We have walked all this bit. That's the wacky waving inflatable amphibian tube clown. I'd like to see if the automatic caption detector on YouTube can catch up with that and type that in. The wacky waving inflatable amphibian tube clown.
He's got vans now wanting out.
There's some manoeuvring going on with some vans and things, so I'll go round. That's the thing, I just don't want to get in anybody's way. I know they've got a lot of work to do, they're very busy. They've obviously got time constraints. But I think when we come tomorrow as well, tomorrow's update will not just be the Hull Fair rides, there'll also be Walton Street, as I say. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, this is closed, and then they do start bringing out all the food trailers, all the food huts, and as of tomorrow there'll be a lot more to have a look at, because there'll be hundreds of food places to look at down here as well. So that's the Richmond's Laser Blazer that we saw yesterday, is now lit up. And a little bit further down, I will go down there just to show you that, because there is a little bit of an update down there just with the little juvenile rides. But I mean, the Skyline's already looking quite different for Hull Fair, just with the Big Ben Tower there. There seems to, each year that goes by, there seems to be more really tall structures. It's like, it is nice to see sort of flat rides be introduced to the fair as well, like with that gravity ride that I think looks quite new, and I think it has replaced the old one that used to do a similar thing that I was talking about. But it's nice to see that they've brought a new one of those in. And yeah, you do get quite a lot of waltzers. I think somebody did say there was about 8 waltzers last year. I can only remember seeing 5, but there was probably more. But there's a lot of duplicate rides. There is a lot of fun houses, there is a lot of twisters, and there's a lot of waltzers. I just wish that they would maybe only have a maximum of 2 of anything, and then try and introduce some newer offerings just to make it a little bit different. But it is nice to see that they've got a lot of taller rides that are like, that form part of the Skyline picture of Hull Fair. As I say, it's nice to see it when it's a little bit different. But what do I know? What do I know? It's a very, very popular fair. I think they're expecting about 650,000 people to come to Hull Fair over the period that it's on. And I think each year gets busier and busier and busier. And I think there was one day last year, I think it was the Saturday. I can't remember if it was the first Saturday or the last Saturday. It might have been the last Saturday of its run last year. I think they did record it as the busiest night ever at Hull Fair. And we did attend that. We was there for that day, and it was absolutely horrendous. I say you can't see the floor, you can't see much car park when the fair's there. I mean, you couldn't see anything other than people. It was literally rammed full. There is a video of that on the channel from last year, and I think it is titled Busiest Night Ever, or Never Seen It So Busy, or something along those lines. So as you see, this is where we came in yesterday, and I showed you the little juvenile rides. They've now got the £3 beef burger and hot dog stand there. I'm sure that's getting slightly more expensive each year. That used to be a staple for Hull Fair for me, because they used to do burgers for £1.50, cheeseburgers, and I think they call it the Hull Special. And the Hull Special burger is a beef burger in a bread bun, but with fried onions in a chili sauce. So it's chili onions. And I don't know why, but they call that the Hull Special. So I do tend to usually get that. But if you look down here, as we're coming to the end, coming to Anlaby Road end of Walton Street, there is like a little section just on the right here that I did talk about yesterday, but we didn't walk down it just because there was nothing there at that point. But as I was coming in today, I did see that there is some things there, so we'll take a look at that, and then we'll call this one a day until tomorrow. And I'm really excited to come back tomorrow to see the progress of Matthew's Skyfall. It's an immense ride. It's immense and it's intense. It's both. I did do it at the Hoppings, and I don't know if it was just because of the location of the Hoppings, like you're in the field, and when you was at the top, you just couldn't hear anything from the ground. You hear a little bit of the audio from the ride itself, but you can't hear anybody, and it just makes you feel more isolated, and it gives you the illusion that you're actually higher up than you are. Again, I think that one is about 80 meters tall, which is about 262 feet, so it's about the same sort of height as the Big Ben Tower. But the Big Ben Tower is like a star flyer, and the Matthew's Skyfall is a drop tower, and it spins you around for a good minute or so at least at the top before it drops you. And it's really, really good. It is something I'm so glad I did at the Hoppings, but it did sort of creep me out a little bit. But yeah, this is the little bit at the end. So this is where Walton Street ends, at that crossroad there, just past the traffic lights. And then you've got a bit in here, and this is usually just a fun house, a junior limbo dancer look, and some bungees. And this giant slide has been coming for many, many years. I remember coming on this when Maisie was really little. Before she would do the bigger rides with me, we used to do the little juvenile rides. So this was a section we always started off at in Hull Fair, and she used to do that. So that is it. That is it, guys. That is it. I don't think there's anything else in Walton Street that I need to show you today. As I say, we will be back tomorrow for another updated walk around. Cross over. It's very, very busy. I think this might be a lot of the showman's children. They all tend to congregate here because that's where they live. Obviously in the trailer area there, like the wagon area on West Park, and then they do tend to spend a lot of time on the park there, so there's a lot of kids there. So we're just going to walk back down Walton Street now, and I think we'll end the video. We'll go through here. I am going to take a little walk through the wagons area, but I won't record it just because this video is already quite long enough. But if this is still something that you do want to see, if you do want to see this area like completed after tomorrow, I think everything that's going to be here will be here tomorrow, so there'll be nothing else coming. So if I show it tomorrow for one last time, then that's kind of like done its job as well. It's done its purpose of seeing this sort of area build up as well. But if you're not interested, then let me know and I won't do it anymore, because I've shown you it when it was empty, just three wagons on it, and then I've shown you it a couple more times as well, and we've just seen it as it is now. So it's just so busy. So that's it. That concludes the Hull Fair pull on and build update for October the 7th, with 3 days to go until opening night. So hope you've enjoyed it. Please do pop a like on it if you did. Put any comments that you've got in the comment box. I do read every single comment, and I do reply to every comment that I can. So any questions or queries or any bits of information about it, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're excited about Hull Fair. Let me know what the things are that you're most excited about, what you're going to go on, what you're going to do, what do you usually do when you come to the fair. Pop it all down below and we'll discuss. I like to read it. So thanks so much for watching. Do consider subscribing to the channel to catch the next 2 days of updates. And then obviously for opening night of Hull Fair, we will be here. And if you want to take part in deciding what I ride on the second day of Hull Fair that we attend, which will be on the Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday of next week, then do subscribe and follow along for that. on opening day video, as I say, you will be able to choose the rides that you want to see me go on. The top 5 that get commented, I will go on, regardless of what they are. But I won't do duplicates. I'm not going to do 5 lots of reverse bungee, and I won't even do the 2 reverse bungees. If you pick reverse bungee, I will just pick one and do that. But I won't be doing both. But thanks so much for watching. So from West Park, right next to Hull Fair 2025, I'll see you tomorrow if you're going to come along. Hope you do. See you then. See you later. Bye bye.